That's why Roane General Hospital has made expert cardiology services readily accessible close to home. From prevention and education to state-of-the-art diagnostic testing to treatment and comprehensive rehabilitation. Ask your primary care provider for a referral today. Roane General Hospital. Care you can trust, close to home.
104.7 Mountain Country Weather.
Taking a look at your mountain country, 104.7 AccuWeather forecast for the remainder of today. Sun and clouds mixed, a high of 63. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 32. Wednesday, mixed clouds and sun with a high of 65. Currently 60, and that's a look at your weather forecast on WVRC.
Great deals on amazing trucks await you now at Jack Garrett Ford during the Ford Truck Month sales event. All new Ford F-Series trucks, Maverick and Ranger, several to choose from and more on the way, plus 90-day deferred payment. And remember, for a limited time, any vehicle purchase and any service completed get you entries to win a new Aluma trailer. Hurry during the Ford Truck Month sales event. Going on now, Jack Garrett Ford, Ripley Road, Spencer.
And welcome into this beautiful afternoon in Spencer, West Virginia. I tell you what, we've been waiting for some very nice weather, and we finally got some today. I think we're going to have some good weather tomorrow as well, and hopefully we have some more weather coming in that is very good. I know that there's some cold weather coming out there, but we prefer the good stuff, and we'll take what we can get right now before the actual spring hits and the summertime hits here in Roane County. This is Drew filling in for just a bit, and do you know what that means? When I come to the station and I get behind the microphone, that usually means I've got special guests in the studio, which I do have here today, and very happy to be joined by a couple of representatives from the Roane Arts and Humanities Council, Theresa Parker and James Rich. I have seen you guys before in this building and in these two seats. I'm very excited that we get a chance to talk about what is coming up now with the Roane Arts and Humanities Council. First off, thank you to both for being here, and I'll start with you, Theresa. Again, we've talked about this over the last couple of years, the resurgence of the Arts and Humanities Council coming off of COVID a few years ago, and what you guys have really started to do here with this program again. You've had a couple of things going on already, and now we're already into another thing that you guys are getting ready to do.
Okay, actually, we have two things that are in the works. The first thing is we have auditions for the Carol Burnett skits. That will be this Sunday, March the 2nd, at 2 o'clock at Boggs Natural Gas office. So anybody that's interested in that, if you have to be 16 to 100.
So if you're 101, you're out. Sorry. You're plumb out of luck there. So the Carol Burnett skits. What is this? What is the Carol Burnett skit? Is it a variety show? What are we talking about?
It is the original skits that you would see on TV. We have, I don't know what, like 8 of them or something like that, and we're picking out 3 or 4 to do. We will be doing, actually we'll be performing them twice. The first time, it's going to be May the 9th with Roane County High School's having a fine arts show. And they have asked us to do 1 or 2 skits, depending on how long they are. That's to be determined yet.
I did a little timing, and it seems like we can get them done in probably less than 10 minutes, or around 10 minutes.
Each one?
Mm-hmm,
Okay.
Each one, approximately.
All right, so we may be able to do 3.
Okay.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then on June the 7th, we're having a dinner theater down at Heritage Park where we'll do all of them. And that should be fun. You can eat and watch theater at the same time, or you can come and just watch the theater.
Yeah. If you're not hungry, you can actually watch the theater as well.
Right. If you don't like what we're serving.
So, as you said, James, the sign-ups are coming very quickly here. You said at the Boggs Natural Gas office building, and where is that located?
That is that's on 119, like you're going to Charleston, 3 miles out from 36 Bridge, and before you get to the trailer park, it's the double wide up on the hill.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where it is, and hopefully we'll have several to come out to do that. So.
Well, let's talk about what has been done so far over the last couple of years, James. I'm quick to forget things that have happened. I know there was some sort of variety show that was taking place a little bit ago. Talk about what you guys have already done since you obviously have been here.
Yes, exactly. I'm relatively new to the group, and they've been so welcoming, because it can be a little daunting coming into a new place and joining a new group, and everybody's been just so wonderful. So I'm so grateful for them. And the first thing they did was the variety show, yes. And I was right here for that when we discussed that. And I was immediately just blown away at the talent here in this town. It was just terrific. And then since then, we've done the Mother Goose comedy. And I played a couple roles in that. And that was really a lot of fun. And a lot of young kids were in that one. And they were awesome. So those are the two things we've done since I've been back, and it's been great. And I'm super excited that they've asked me to direct the Carol Burnett skits this time around.
Now, are you just directing, or are you going to be in them as well? Are you pulling double duty?
It's possible. It depends on how many men we have turn out for auditions. But I hope we have a good turnout for auditions, because we've got plenty of roles to go around. I didn't want to double up and have to give too many roles to one person, so that they don't have too much to memorize.
That's understandable. Yeah. When you talk about arts and humanities and getting people on stage, getting people to, some people love it. Some people really they have got an acting bug or whatever it may be, musician bug. Some people might be a little bit less enthusiastic, maybe a little more hesitant about it. Have you guys found any issues with that, or do you have a pretty good core of people? I know there are kids in the high school who are definitely into creative theater, things like that, music, art, no matter what it is. And there is still a group of people that are in this Roane County area that still have that excitement for arts and humanities. Have you had any trouble since you've come back of filling spots?
Not really. No, not really. The Mother Goose thing turned out really well. We had, we had some backstage people that had to do their voices, but that was no problem, so. No, I actually haven't. Now, what's coming up with me, I'm going to be directing a children's play, and it's called Storybook Court Full of Beans. And Jack and the Beanstalk. Jack is on trial for stealing everything from the giant, okay? And he's on trial for theft, and it's up to the audience to determine if he's guilty or innocent. So there are two endings, depending on how the audience votes.
So it's an interactive play sort of thing. Yes. That'll be interesting to see. Now, when is that coming up for you guys?
That is coming up on May the 23rd. I'm going to start March the 3rd, auditions at the school.
Okay.
And I will need 24 people, 24 kids. So
is there an age group for this?
No, not really.
Okay.
It's a kids' play, so anything goes pretty much. We'll find something for
What if you're a kid at heart? So
That's right. That's right.
So, James, again, you've come from a very wonderful, fun background. We were talking about your history as a DJ, although not a DJ behind the mic here as a radio DJ, but a DJ in a club. But still, the excitement and the fun of performing and things like that. That's something I think that the last few times we've spoken is something that's just innate in you.
I think it is. I played piano at church when I was young, so I was always kind of a performer. Didn't really think about it. I just did it, But once I got into acting, I don't know, I was really bitten by that bug because I found it so fascinating and interesting. And I read a lot of acting books. I took a lot of acting classes. I was living at the time in Joshua Tree National Park area in California, and with that close proximity to LA, a lot of people moved to the desert to have a slower pace, so they're still interested in theater, so they teach classes or they put on plays and stuff. So I felt like I had some good teachers, some good acting coaches there. But what I really learned is you can learn as much about acting as you want, but when it comes down to it, it's just you on the stage being you.
Yep.
You know, and listening to the other people when they're talking to you and responding like you've heard it, like you're hearing it for the first time. You know, it's that simple, you know. And so I love acting, and I'm really excited to direct and to see what kind of acting we can do out here. You know, I'm really thrilled about the prospect of that.
And with the Carol Burnett show itself, is that something that has been adapted before to have these things, or is this something you guys have just decided to do?
It's actually in a book.
Okay.
Somebody has done all of that, and I ran across to that, and I thought, that'd go over here. Everybody loves
Everything's on the
Burnett.
table when it comes to Theresa, obviously. Speaking of that, Theresa, I've asked a lot of other people, and when we were talking with the other people who were getting ready to be involved in that variety show, I asked them about the acting bug and what got them involved. But I never asked you that. I never asked you where the creativity or the acting or the performing side for you came. I mean, I know your kids are incredibly, artistically gifted, but that didn't come from nowhere, right? That came from somewhere.
Well, actually, I was as shy as you would have ever imagined. I mean, until my freshman year in high school, I never went anywhere. And then my sophomore year, I tried out for a play, and I thought, I have wasted my life.
And she's only a sophomore at that point.
yeah.
And it just went on from there.
Yeah.
Oh.
It just you found something that really clicked with you.
Even though I played the piano, it wasn't. That was different.
It is different.
It is different.
It is.
And I do think that generally speaking, when we talk about the arts, whatever side of the arts it is, whether it is music or theater or painting, or there's so many types of creative arts that you can utilize. Speaking of that, we're talking to Theresa Parker and James Rich of the Roane Arts and Humanities Council. I get to talking sometimes, I forget people don't tune in the whole time, but I generally see that it's rare. It seems to be rare that somebody can force creativity in themselves. There's something, whether you call it nature versus nurture or not, there's something innate, I think, in people who are artistic. They just maybe have a different, like, right brain, left brain situation going on there. But there are people who are, generally speaking, just innately good at creativity. I was always very analytical, so when I picked up a guitar, I found it difficult to be creative with it. And I had to really force to try to learn how to be creative with it. And I think for me, there was still a limit, that and the amount of time I spent on it. But I think there's something innate about people who are creative like you guys.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of time, for the longest time, I never thought about acting. And then when I started doing it, I was like, oh, this is really fun and it's exciting. When you do when you feel like you've done a authentic performance, you feel really good about it, And I would say to anybody who's maybe never done acting and wants to try, come out and audition, because you just never know. You may have a gift for it, and it's really, like I was saying earlier, it's really just about being real on that stage, just being you. And listening to the other person and responding in that moment, like you're hearing it for the first time.
So if you're 16 and between the ages of 16 and 100, apparently, and again, is this Sunday at the Boggs Natural Gas main office out on 119. She says 3 miles out from Route 36 Bridge, and if you get to the trailer park right there, you've gone a little bit too far. You got to backtrack for that big nasty turn right there. And again, if you have any thoughts of wanting to be creative on stage, then it's a good time to go do it. What time, by the way, are the 2 o'clock are the auditions for the Carol Burnett show? Maybe you have never had any interest in being in a theater arts show, but you also love Carol Burnett's show.
Yeah.
Well, here's an opportunity for you to be a part of something that maybe if you were younger, back when that show was just so popular, maybe you want to get involved with it and find out something about yourself.
Well,
you might find out.
DJ Streckengoss that you just interviewed says she listens to the Carol Burnett every morning when she gets to get ready to go to work, and so she's coming to audition.
That is fantastic. Talk about a firecracker of a human being. I'm glad she's getting involved with that. She's got a good. She can speak. She can tell people stories. And
well, she took drama at WVU. She took classes. She said she almost majored in it. So she's got quite a background. So and improv is what she likes. Improv.
Well, somebody else who's very involved with the Roane Arts and Humanities Council couldn't be here today. That's Lori Schultz, who I think is watching. She said she was going to try to watch. She was not feeling well right now, but of course, somebody who just goes and goes and goes back and forth and all the time. But she's been heavily involved in this as well. Also, she's been involved with that West Virginia Kids on First program, and I think that's. Have you guys pulled some kids from that at all for some of your stuff, or is it a totally separate thing, or have you had a chance to kind of mix in with those kids?
They have mixed in.
Okay.
Madison was in that, and she was in the plays, and some of the other kids were too. Anna Grace Hayes and some of them. So.
Well, some of these kids we see all the time. See Anna Grace Hayes a lot during basketball season. She sings the national anthem a good bit. And tell you how good she is, we usually go to a commercial break to try to catch up our commercials in the pregame. But when she's there live, we stay with her so we can hear her and see her sing. I tell you what, she's a firecracker of a singer as well.
She's right now auditioning for the governor's honors for the arts.
I would expect she would. She's very, very good. She's very, very good. But speaking of what we're talking about here, it is the Carol Burnett Show, and you guys got 8 skits up to 10 minutes apiece. So these are the full skits then.
Right.
This is going to be fantastic. So if you are interested in that, it is May 9th is the first show.
May the 8th.
May 8th, sorry. May
the 8th.
First show. I don't want to mess people up already.
Fine Arts. That's the Fine Arts show.
Okay, that's the Fine Arts show at Roane County High School.
And then June the 8th is...
okay.
Let's see. May the 9th is Fine Arts. You're right.
I'm rarely ever right.
And then June the 7th is the theater.
I'm so rarely right.
I'm so sorry.
So May the 9th.
Math is not my thing.
And then June the 7th is the show at the Heritage Park. That's the dinner show for you guys. And again, this Sunday, if you're looking for an audition opportunity at 2 p.m. at Boggs Natural Gas main office out on 119. Anything else you guys got that you want to talk about? I mean, this is your time. I know that, again, that's one of the things you guys got in mind. And, again, you've got the children's Jack and the Beanstalk trial, which is coming up, and that is the 23rd of May.
Auditions are March the 3rd.
Okay.
And then May the 23rd is the actual performance.
Okay, and you'll be around to the schools, is that...
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to send a flyer to each school, and but I thought if they were listening, then they could gear up.
Yeah. And of course, once this is over, we'll share this video. I already tagged the Arts Humanities page on our post about it, so hopefully you guys find that and you guys can share the heck out of it as well, because the more people that you hear from, the more people have an opportunity to come do this. So if you want to come join this, the director of this is James Rich. And he, depending on how many males are in this, may have to pull double duty. And Theresa, are you going to be in this one, Theresa?
I don't think so. I think I'll be, unless I'm needed. But also on Sunday, after auditions, we're having our regular monthly meeting.
Okay.
If anybody wants to stay for that.
Yeah, if you want to get involved with the Roane Arts Humanities Council, you always need volunteers for that, guys, right? That's something that in everything that people do, be it sports, extracurriculars, any civic organization, it requires people to be involved to have something that's as fun as what you guys have. Well, thank you guys for the time. It's always wonderful to talk to you all. I wish you the best for this one and everything else you guys are doing on the way up.
Thank you,
Drew.
That is James Rich and Theresa Parker with the Roane Arts and Humanities Council. Folks, we're waiting for George to get back, so while that happens, I'm going to play a little music for you.